Hey, good afternoon, friends. Today, my friends, is Tuesday, June the 30th, 2026, and the time now is 3:45 p.m. So, friends, the World Cup of Upset continues. Friends, I want to talk about the World Cup, and I want to talk specifically about a game that I watched yesterday. And in this case, I'm talking about the game, the match, the round of 32 match between Morocco, representing Africa, as many have said, representing Africa and the Arab world, and the Netherlands. Now, friends, the game was an amazing game. And the game basically demonstrated African talent, but also it demonstrated Moroccan talent. Now, anybody and everybody would have bet basically on the Netherlands to defeat Morocco. However, Morocco played the hell out of the Netherlands. The Netherlands played as if they did not want to play, or as if they've never played football, or as Americans would call it, soccer, ever in their life or lives. Now, friends, as I watched the game, I kept on looking at the statistics. Basically, Morocco controlled the ball for the majority of the game. The last time I checked, the statistics was basically about 69 to 70% ball possession for Morocco, and about 29 to 30% ball possession for the Netherlands. Morocco basically defeated the Netherlands, where Morocco scored first, and then the Netherlands equalized, scoring a very beautiful goal. And then both countries went into the 30-minute injury time, or 30-minute time after the main 90 minutes, and they went into penalty kick. Now, I won't necessarily say that these guys representing the Netherlands did not know how, or do not know how to kick penalty, but they did a horrible job. Perhaps there are many who could say that this was a divine intervention. That is because prior to the penalty kick or kicks, Moroccans basically gathered in circle and they prayed. And it was a genuine, honest, very, let me say, hopeful prayer. But perhaps this was not divine intervention, but also skill, or both. Because when you watch the penalty kick, in many cases, the Netherlands player had beaten the Moroccan goalkeeper, but perhaps their problem is they kicked the ball widely. About two, if I can remember, hit the goal post. However, one just went to the far left, basically did not even touch the goal post. Now, it was very interesting. It was a 3-2 goal defeat for Morocco, and the Netherlands goalkeeper actually caught one of the ball, saved the ball, but for some reason the ball went under him, and he kicked it through the back by one of his legs, and basically, in this case, it was a goal for Morocco. However, if you take away the penalty kick aside, the Moroccans basically equalized. However, the Moroccans were the best. Morocco was the best team, during the match. Morocco played the hell out of the Netherlands. Once again, friends, Morocco was the better team during the match with the Netherlands. Morocco played the hell out of the Netherlands, and Morocco basically destroyed the Netherlands. Morocco played the Netherlands as if they were grown professional ball players playing a bunch of sixth graders who could not even touch the ball or did not show any ounce of urgency to get the ball and to go and score. They played as if they were afraid. They wanted to just pay attention to defense, and perhaps penalty kick would have win the game for them. Perhaps this was also a strategy because the truth is, the Moroccans are very much good. They are aggressive. They played quality ball. And this was a good game. I enjoyed the game a lot between Morocco and the Netherlands. However, this was perhaps, as of now, the major upset in the World Cup 2026. Of course, there are many who will argue that the defeat of Netherlands by Morocco was the most humiliating or upsetting defeat in this World Cup 2026. However, I also believe that there are others who may argue or who will argue that Paraguay's defeat of Germany was perhaps the most humiliating or upsetting defeat in this World Cup 2026. Please tell me what you think. I don't know, but who knows? Now, friends, please tell me what you think. And I really, my friends, I really want to know what you think. However, friends, I am going to end here. I want to thank you for being a member of the Echoing Voice community, my friends. But most especially and most importantly, or most important, my friends, I want to thank you a lot for watching the Echoing Voice. Peace, my friends. Peace.